Hey guys, welcome to my video. It's been a long time since the last time I made a video. So I decided to make this video today because I thought it would be useful. Of course, you can find a million videos online and on YouTube where people are teaching you how to create graphics or pictures or whatever. But I'm going to do this quick tutorial. I'm going to post it on Facebook, of course, too. And it's just to basically teach you how to make aesthetically pleasing posts. Instead of just copy and pasting, a notepad, you then type something in a notepad and post it. I don't know, some of you guys, your pricing list, if you're selling dinners or selling something this weekend or whatever the case may be. I'm going to show you a really quick tutorial. Not from an expert, because you see most of this stuff from experts and you're like, okay, what did they just do? So I'm just going to do a quick tutorial on how you can make, let's see, mini posters for your Instagram posts or Instagram stories. Maybe you didn't want to post something today, but maybe you just want to make something aesthetically pleasing to post, or maybe a good quote or something like that. Or if you're starting a podcast and you wanted to make your own graphic and don't feel like, paying a graphic designer because you want everything to be perfect, it's okay to start off from nothing and get better over time. I've changed my podcast icon twice already, so it's okay. Anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do. First, I'm gonna show you how to make a quick random podcast like icon, and the dimensions that you need for that. And then, because I see a lot of these posts a lot online, it's just like so many words and they put in lime green on top of yellow background. And like, it could be just me from a design aspect, but sometimes that stuff is just not really pleasing for the eye. People will go past your stuff and not even care. So again, this video is going to be quick. At least I'm going to try to make it quick. But I'm just show you how easy it is to just go on one of these free websites and make some stuff. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. So first here we go, and I always use Pixabay. Pixabay is basically a free picture site, okay? And then we're also going to use Canva, which is also a free site. Now, one thing you got to know about Canva, yes, you can pay for Canva Pro if you like, but technically you don't have to pay for it. It's a free service. I use it all the time. As you can see, I've made plenty of Facebook covers. I've made plenty of like little social media posts that you could switch and flip around. Here's an example of some of my previous posts, just so you can kind of get an example. This is a skating party. This is one of my podcast icons. You can make it really quick and easy from Canva, and you don't need to be a pro or know Photoshop. You probably just want to educate yourself a little bit on color. Like, you don't want to write white words on top of a yellow background, just a little bit of knowing about color. So again, quick video. I'm going to do a podcast picture that you can use until you can, play around and get better. And then I'm going to show you how you can make those short advertisements for social media. Sometimes people will make these posts and then you got the black size, or it's too small, or it looks stretched out. Using a service like this, Canva, is a really good way that you can kind of like use something quick and still make your stuff look nice and then not look, bootleg. I'm going to use that word, bootleg. Okay, so let's go into it. So first, what we're going to do is I'm going to make a podcast icon. And I'm doing this all at the top of my head. And the name of this podcast is going to be For Producers Only. We're going to call it For Producers Only. Let me write that down so I can remember. So, For Producers Only. And it's going to be For Producers Only. It's going to be a podcast about production in TV and radio, just all types of producer topics. They're going to interview producers, all this. So I got the gist of what this podcast is going to be about. So now I'm going to show you guys how I would make a podcast icon for this. And sometimes it takes a lot of Googling and free image sites, because one thing for sure when it comes to making certain images, especially if you are a business, you definitely want to be careful when you're using images that are not free and don't belong to you. So I go to Pixabay and I think about stuff that relates to producer, cameras, TV, actions, slates, people actively doing stuff, whatever the case may be. Let's remember, guys, I have just came up with this podcast off the top of my head, and we're just gonna put this together. So we're looking through images. With it. Okay, so I've downloaded these images. Now I'm gonna go over to Canva, and now I need to make a icon for this podcast. Remember, the podcast is called For Producers Only. So I'm gonna make my icon, and what we're gonna do is just, create a design, custom dimensions, because for a podcast, it has to be 3,000 pixels by 3,000 pixels. I just know that off rip. It has to be the most pixels, and you want it to look very vibrant, or whatever the case may be. So I'm gonna go again. I have no idea what this icon is gonna look like, but I'm gonna just upload these pictures, and you can see other pictures that I've uploaded before. But let me look at my downloads. This one, and this one. And maybe I want to put my picture on there. So I'll make it seem like I'm the host of this podcast, and it's called For Producers Only. Maybe it's a podcast where somebody's discovering about producing and production, and it's just a TV entertainment, podcast. Maybe we're talking about the production value of stuff. So again, let's start with a random background. Maybe I'll start off with this green screen, just because I thought this looked kind of nice. Just because we all know that green screens really, really do say a lot about production. But I don't really care to have that man there. That's fine. We could just take that man out. So these are your different stuff over here. You got photos that's already in their system, elements, your different texts, your music, videos, backgrounds, all different stuff you can have on here. And you see, this tells you when something is free. Free. So if I wanted to, I could just grab one of these backgrounds and make it free. But I like this little camera and laptop stuff up, but I don't like the man right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to elements and see these things right here where it has like these little, look like clouds and grass. That means that y'all can be replaced with any picture you want. So what I'm gonna do, because this is 2020 and people love technology, I'm gonna take a cell phone and I'm gonna use that cell phone to cover up this man. Because again, this is a podcast, and you're gonna be listening to your podcast where? On the phone. So again, this might not be great, but I'm taking you through a process of how I would create an icon. Again, if this is my podcast, I'm gonna take my picture, drop my picture in there. See, it's my face. Maybe I'll make it another random person. Maybe I'll make it this picture. So you could delete, click on it, delete, and then grab another picture that you might want to put in there. That picture, no, delete. Let's see. Again, these are just examples. So I'm just, you know what? I'll put picture of Chris in there. Bam. That's your producer. It could be a picture where you went and did a photo shoot, and you got real cute or something like that. You could put that picture there. It could just be a scribble screen. It could actually be a cell phone screen, and you can find a PNG of a cell phone screen and literally just throw it right on top of that to make that look like a real cell phone. So then you can go over to these texts. They got already different texts here. Most of them are all free. It just depends on what type of font. Again, this is something you can't necessarily teach. You just got to know. You kind of got to feel it, kind of feel what feels right is what I like to say. So again, this is just a sample for producers only. How do I want that to look? I want it to look clean, but I also want people to get the idea that maybe this is a fun and interesting, serious, but not too serious. Again, that goes into a whole nother technique of understanding different fonts and what fonts portray when you're talking about it. So for this, I'm going to use, let's see, for producers only. I'm going to use this one, Hugs and Kisses. So, bam, we put that up there, kind of delete, copy twice, but that's fine. Anytime you put something on here, just highlight it and hit delete. It easily deletes stuff. So you put this here, and remember, even though you chose this font, you can always go back in here, change the size, change the kind of font right here. It'll pop up over there on the left side of the screen. These numbers, all these numbers could change, or you could just type in a number, even the color of the text. I'm gonna keep with the black theme. All this stuff you could change. You could center it, bullet point it. You got all these different fonts. I'm just gonna choose this. And so what I'm gonna do is write producers. Ooh, too big. What am I gonna do? Easy. Select it all. Let's change this font down. Like bring it down a little bit. Let's take it down to 120. There you go. Change this word. You just double click on it to highlight it and say for producers only. And then what I could do is go back to the text. So let's see. If I select this, I know that this is Monostrack Classic. So I'm gonna go back to the text, scroll to the top, grab a regular text, change it to that same one for the top one. It was Monostrack, so it started with an M. So come on, come on. Here you go. Monostrack Classic is what we're gonna make this. Unbolded. What size is this one? 59. So we're gonna make this one also 59. 5, 9. Bam. And then we're gonna say a podcast. I just made that up. So for producers only, a podcast by Mike Stahl. Bam. see producer elements, I see the font, I see color. Now, if you wanted to, you could keep that here. Maybe I'm saying, I don't even like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lock all this stuff into place. That's what people don't be realizing, that they could take this stuff and lock it into place so it will not move, right? So my picture won't move, but this background, we about to get rid of it. Let's say we don't like the background no more. Go back to my photos, go to my uploads. Maybe I think this is better because it's a room, right? Because again, remember making a seat at a table. Maybe I like this one better. I think I might like this one better because it's a clean, looks like a table where people can collaborate on information. But what happened? Easy. Once you have this selected, you can always change the position, flip it, crop it, adjust it. And all these things do something different. You can even change the effects of it. So I'm gonna change the effect of this maybe. Let's see how I want to change it. Maybe I want to radiate like this. Wait for it, wait for it. Bam, maybe I want it to radiate, yes. Maybe I want to look a little different, you know, maybe I want to look retro. You see you got all these different versions of it back here, you know, but we can still see that it's a table. So I just put some effects on that. Let's see. Bam, and you see it resized it automatic. But where my effects go? So let me go back to my effects. Like, boo, give me my radiate back. You gotta wait. I want this to radiate. I need the radiate to hit that. All right. See, they talking about they glitching. There it go. Bam. So, bam, I got it perfect. For producers only, but now I'm looking like, oh, you kind of can't see this. Maybe you can't see that. That's fine. Let me lock this background. Make sure it can't be touched again. Put that little lock symbol. Cool. Everything look good now. But maybe I want to change a little something about this background because really I can't see this font now. It's a little too skinny. You know, let's darken this font a little bit. Make it come forward a little bit. Can I see it? Still can't really see it too much. So maybe I need to touch the background, unlock it, and let me try to make it a little transparent. Just a little bit transparent. That way my words can stick out more. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can always go over to elements and you can get one of these white boxes or one of these paint splashes, like this paint splash, and you can put the paint splash over there. For example, I just do it, I delete it. Paint splash, change the color of the paint splash to white. And then I could put it right underneath these words, resize it, put it right underneath these words by moving the position to the back. And then I got my words over it and bam. And that way you don't even have to do it. But I don't want to do that. I like making my background transparent. There you go. Bam, I'm done. That's my icon for producers only. Bam, I went on and downloaded it. And there you go. So that's just a quick creating an image. The same thing I just did right now is what you can do with anything. I'm going to make another video where I'm going to find somebody's logo or price list or something online, and I'm going to redo it and show y'all how it could have looked or a way for it to look a little bit better or pleasing. And again, you don't have to be a mastermind at graphic design. All this stuff is online and free. Free for anybody to learn. It's color, it's fonts, it's shapes, it's knowing the sizes that's required for Instagram and YouTube and all this other stuff. So again, that was a really quick way for me to make just a icon. And again, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and share it with you guys so you guys can see how it looks one more time. And you can see, this is the icon for producers only, a podcast by Mike Stahl. I don't know who Mike Stahl is. Again, I just made all this stuff up. I used my husband's picture and I made a quick background. Bam, quick and easy. So again, this was just a really quick video I felt like doing today. Share it with your friends, share it with anybody. Feel free to email me or contact me if you need any help or want to know anything else. Y'all know who I am. Y'all know how to get in contact with me. But like, share, comment, let me know. Holla.